Hello, guys.
Good evening.
Welcome to Testimony Tuesday.
Welcome.
We are so excited that you are joining us today. And again, today we did not advertise or put up a flyer that we were having anyone on today. But we are super excited that you have taken time out of your schedule to join us on today. We are
Absolutely.
excited. So thank you for joining us. Um,
Yeah, absolutely. And we know that each one of you guys have your own personal testimony. We know that God has been good to each and every one of you guys.
Absolutely.
Even you, Ron Juckins. I see you. I see you, brother. Yep. So yeah, God has just been amazing in our lives, and I'm sure He's been amazing in the lives of each one of you as well.
So we always tell you thank you for watching us. Hello, hello, hello. I am excited that you all are joining us on today. So, guys, we had someone scheduled for today who had to reschedule. And so they will be joining us at another time. And so we decided we have some announcements that we needed to make. So we just decided to come on anyway. And God is always doing things. He's still, as I say, every single time, He's working miracles. He's doing all of those things. And
Absolutely.
so I decided on tonight I was going to share something that the Lord did in my own life. And I'm super excited about it.
Yeah. So like the preachers, they say we won't be before you long.
It's the truth this time. It's the truth. But we do have a special guest that will be joining us on today.
Extra special.
So I am so excited about it. So you all have to stay tuned because this special guest is ready to come on.
And you don't want to miss it.
And they have something special that they want to share. So we are excited to bring the special guest on.
Absolutely.
After all,
I can hardly wait.
Hope y'all ready. That's all I can say. But on a serious note, there are so many people that are experiencing loss on today. And it is just such a hard time. Each of the last times that I have heard different ones, it has just absolutely overwhelmed my heart. And so we have definitely been in prayer for all of the families. It just, when I say it breaks my heart for another parent to experience loss. Because it is indescribable.
It is.
It is indescribable.
It is.
And so I will announce that in October, we're going to have some testimonies from different cancer survivors. We know that October is Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And so we'll have testimonies from those. And then starting in November, we're going to have some lost testimonies. And you may say, how can it be a testimony if they lost? And it is hard, but it just shows that God is still a keeper. And so we are going to have some of those with June and I sharing our story. The testimony of how God has kept us and how we are processing grief and all of that. And so
it hasn't been easy.
It has not been easy, but it has been all God. It has been all God. And so
definitely made the difference.
We're going to share all of that. So we want to keep Sonia and her husband in prayer and Sharon McKnight and her family in prayer. Please. And anybody else that is experiencing loss on today. It has just, even this year, the holidays are coming up. And we just want to keep people in prayer. I'm telling you, I say this all of the time. I knew people were praying for us because the strength of the Lord was literally upon us. And so I ask you all, please pray for these families because it helps so much. You would not understand how much, that it helps. And what you see today is a result of prayer.
The Bible says that the effectual, fervent prayers of the righteous availeth much, and I believe it.
It is the truth.
I believe it.
It is 100% the truth.
At that time, We had people that were righteous praying for us, people that were unrighteous, whatever you want to call it. Everybody was praying for us, and it helped.
It helped. And so I want us to please keep these families lifted up.
They need
in the time coming. Like, this is a week where everybody's there. Everybody's, talking to them and kind of trying to keep them going. But it's the time when the funeral is over that they're going to need you so much.
Yeah.
And so we ask that you just, as we join us, because we're the first partaker in the prayers. Like, we have been praying for them. And
actually right now, there's a funeral going on right now for a young man in Franklinton. And the crowd, that was there in support of the family and friends, it was amazing. It was amazing. But so we don't know who they are, but God knows.
Yes. And they, everywhere, so we want to keep those families in prayer, keep them lifted up. And
God is still God.
God is still God, and He's still able.
Yes.
And so I said that I was going to share this testimony from myself on tonight. And so back at the end of July, I lost my aunt, who I loved with every fiber of my being. And she had breast cancer. And so
she was a fighter too.
She really was. And so when she transitioned, I'm telling you, it was a hurt like no other. And not long after she transitioned, it might have been, I guess, maybe a week, 2 weeks after the funeral, maybe, I felt a lump in my breast. And, it's just it was the worst. The timing was terrible. I just lost an aunt. My mom had breast cancer. And so I feel this large mass in my breast. And so it was a Saturday. And I immediately thought, let me go to the hospital because I need to know what is going on. And so I did not go to the hospital. I just prayed, and my husband prayed and laid hands and all of that stuff. And that night, we didn't even let Gabe know what was happening, but I remember him coming into the bedroom, and June and I were talking, and he begins to pray. And he says, God, please give my mama inner peace. And when I tell you, it just blew my mind. It like shifted my whole thought pattern. I was like, God, He amazes me. And
God did it.
He did it. He did it.
Yes.
And so on that Monday, I went to urgent care, so I get to urgent care, and the doctor feels the lump because I couldn't get into my primary doctor until the next day. And so the doctor feels the lump, and she requests for an emergency, not a biopsy. Yes, she wanted me to get a breast ultrasound and a mammogram. So anyway, they made the appointment. She sends the information, and I had gone to Duke Urgent Care. And when I got to, when they made the appointment, they made it with the Duke Cancer Center. And so already I'm feeling like I have to go to the Duke Cancer Center with all of these cancer patients, and my aunt had gone there. And so I'm in there, and I'm feeling like, Lord, my aunt was in the same place. I'm just having all these thoughts. And so I go in to the doctor first, and she examines me, and she feels the lump, and she marks the place that the lump is. And she says it's about 3, I don't know if it's centimeters, millimeters. I don't know what it was, but it was large. I do remember her saying, wow. And so she said, I'm going to send you across the hall to get a breast ultrasound and a mammogram. So you're going to go to mammogram first, then you're going to go to ultrasound. And so I said, okay. And so we go over. June is not allowed to go with me to the back, of course. And the lady gives me the ultrasound. And after she gives me the ultrasound, I go and sit back out in the lobby area. And then they tell me that I can get dressed and go. No, I can't get dressed. I have to go to ultrasound now. And so I go to ultrasound, and I get to ultrasound, and the gentleman, it's actually a radiologist that's doing it. It's not like a tech. That most of the time, if you go get an ultrasound or something, you may have a tech, and then they send the information to the doctor to review. This is the actual doctor that's in there giving me the mammogram. And so he begins to do the mammogram, and he says, "Where is it that she said it was?" And I said, "Well, she marked it." And he said, "But I don't see anything." And so he's just going on. And I'm now feeling to say, "Well, I can show you." And I'm feeling. I don't feel anything. And so I'm like, what in the world? Like, how in the world did this large mass? And this is what, as a matter of fact, when the urgent care doctor looked at it, it said a large mass that covered the quadrilateral something. That's how big it was. And so anyway, for me to get the radiologist, and he say, "I don't see anything." So amazing.
Literally around the corner, just
right around the corner, within an hour.
In the same building.
Within 1 hour.
On the same
and
hall.
So I get this letter from Duke. Might have my little numbers on it and stuff, but yeah. So this is my letter from Duke, and it says, "We are pleased to inform you that the results of your recent breast imaging exam shows no evidence of cancer."
None.
And so I just thought, God, you're such a big God, because the enemy now, I'm telling you, it's his job to kill, steal, and destroy. And a lot of times the enemy will get us with the spirit of fear. And so remember now, my mom has had breast cancer. I just lost an aunt to breast cancer. And so it was him to try to come and bring fear, but not so. Yep. Literally from one space to the next within an hour, it was nothing there, nothing. And so I say all that to say that when I say God is still doing it, he's still working miracles. He's still turning things around, and he's still just that good. And so I am so excited about that. Yeah. So I just wanted to share that story with you all tonight.
For a moment, it was heavy. It was really heavy for me anyway. It was, I mean, I'm sure it was for you as well, but it was so heavy, so much as I realized, like, on a Monday morning when you go back to work, everybody be like, "Man, where did the weekend go?" Time was flying, when time flies when you're having fun, but when things get heavy, it slows up.
It slows
up. Yes, it slows up. I mean, it's like the clock stops. Any other time you wanted to stop, it just don't.
It does.
So I realized that, when something is going on and something's not going right, time all of a sudden is not so fast.
It's the truth.
Yeah.
It is the truth.
Yep.
But I say all that to say God is still doing it. This is the evidence. He is still working it out. I don't even know if y'all can see that. Let me see if I can show it. Do you see where it says shows no, which way can you see it? Evidence of cancer. I'm just telling you, the Lord is good. So, so that is that. And so hello to all of you all who are joining us. That's right, LaShawn rebuked just like that devil. We ain't playing with you.
Right.
And so one announcement that we wanted to make on tonight as well is that as the holidays are approaching, it gets really hard and it gets heavy for those who may be experiencing grief. And so we want to let you all know that we will be hosting a grief conference. Mm-hmm. And so we are in the planning stages, but we do know that the date is November the 12th. It is a Saturday, and we are excited about it. And so just spread the word that we are hosting the grief conference, and details are forthcoming. We can probably about 95% tell you that it's going to be held at Vance Grandma Community College, but just get ready. And so if you know someone who has lost not just a child, it may be a parent, it may be a spouse, it may be a sibling, it may be a close friend, it may be an aunt or an uncle, whoever. If you have experienced loss, you want to be at the conference.
Yep.
And so we are excited for children as well. So a lot of times what I have learned is children lose and they don't get the help that they may need. And in November, we'll talk a little bit more about that, but you just have no idea the effect that loss can have on little ones. And it really, really does. And so we are excited to host the grief conference in November. So more information is coming.
Yep.
Get ready.
And another thing is concerning the kids. We've learned that, it can be addressed as early as possible.
Yes.
And there's really no time limit on, when to, stop that attention.
Right. Right.
Because it could be an ongoing thing for who knows how long.
So the conference will have sessions and it will also have a keynote speaker. So we will have different sessions because everybody's not experiencing the same thing. And we want to make sure that everybody's need is met. So we will have sessions and then we'll come together and have one keynote speaker as well.
Yep.
And so
and more details to follow.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I am so excited.
It's going to be amazing. And hopefully we can help people, cope. Help them get along with their daily lives as normal.
Absolutely.
Well, it'll never be normal again, but you know what I'm saying.
Adjust to the new normal.
Yeah.
And I want to say this too, like, you may say, well, I lost my dad 20 years ago, but I'm still grieving from it. This is for you. Mm-hmm. When we originally started Support Group, people had lost their children 15, 20 years ago, but they had never dealt with the grief part of it. And because they had never dealt with it, they needed the assistance. They just needed to talk. And it was so therapeutic for them to come. And so I'm excited. Thank you, Pastor Davis. We will be reaching out to you. Thank you so much. And so, we are excited. We are excited. We are excited. So hopefully we can help someone through these holiday times that are extremely, extremely hard. So hopefully we can help. So thank you all for joining us for that. Now I have to bring my special guest on.
Y'all sure y'all ready?
I don't know if y'all ready for him. So, I'm real hesitant about this because our special guest has no filter, which means I don't know what he may say on live.
Well, we don't know what he might do, but we operate the mute button. So
matter of fact, let me get my little thing ready just in case I have to mute our special guest. Look at LaShawn, she's ready. Sean, here we go. Thank you all. It is all God. Miss Brenda, it is all God. Alicia, you are correct. Our special guest is Gabriel. Gabe, are you ready?
Why not?
You're not ready?
He said, why not?
Oh, he said, why not? I'm sorry. Here comes our special guest.
Say hello.
Oh, let me see. Can I move the comments so that he can? Let me see.
Hello.
There he is. Gabe, can you say hello?
What's up, y'all?
See what I mean? Okay.
So Gabe wants to
sing a song.
He wants to grace us with the song
for you all tonight. Yep. So you gonna what? No.
Yes.
Maybe later.
No, we'll do that another time.
I have to do it another time. So boring.
Sean, make sure you give us a call.
Oh gosh, see what I mean? This is what I tell you. Like, I don't know. I don't know if y'all are ready for this. All right, Gabe. So, what are you you're gonna sing for the people on tonight? All right. So here he goes, Gabe. Go ahead and sing for us.
Hand in heart, lift this service. Hand in heart, lift in love. Sunshine sunshine and rainbows follow your footsteps. Laughters and smiles are from God above. Hand in heart, lifted service. Hand in heart, lived in love. Sweet, peace out. I'm out.
Right there. That's my boy right there.
I'm so tickled. No, Gabe, don't turn it back up yet. I'm so tickled. There you go.
There you have Gabe.
That is my special child.
Yep. Look for the CD coming out soon.
So he always wants to get on Testimony Tuesday, and we told him that tonight he could get on Testimony Tuesday, and there he is. He has sang for everybody. LaShawn, you about to cry.
Hands and hearts.
Yes.
Yep.
So that is our baby. So, but I'm telling you, he'll hold testimony all by himself. That's why I say, like, you know, a lot of people just may not understand, but he's a whole testimony by himself. I've learned so much from this little boy that Alicia, peace out is what he said.
Hey, he wanted to beatbox.
That's what he wanted. That's why I told him not tonight.
Y'all ain't ready.
I'm not ready. So there you have it. And drop the mic. That's right. So I don't. Gabe, where did you learn that song?
Go to school, the music teacher.
From your music teacher. So thank you, Miss Griffith from Zed Vance Elementary. She has got my baby singing. Gabe, please turn that down.
Yep. Thank you, Miss Griffith. I already know the song by heart now.
Oh, yeah, because he sings it all the time. Look at Granny up here. Hey, Granny.
Granny came to the concert.
Granny came to the concert. She said, Gabe did wonderful. Oh, my gosh. But anyway, he is our miracle. And so one day we'll allow him to tell some of his own stuff, because I'm telling you, and I laugh a lot about Gabe, but Gabe has, to me, endured a lot in his 8 years, and I say that all of the time. And Carla was encore. Carla, you're gonna have to watch the replay. I can't get him back. I'm scared. Look, you hear him? He said, no, I'm not doing it again.
Trust me, you wait a few minutes, you'll be doing it again. Call us.
Yeah. So, but I'm telling you, he has gone through a lot, and he is so different from all of my other children. And I say it all of the time. And I always say, like, I thought when I had him that he was going to be this quiet little, you know, we were older, so I thought he was just going to be this quiet little boy, and absolutely not. He has absolutely not. And then I thought he went from me thinking he was going to be really quiet to being like hyper, and I just wasn't sure. And now, like, he's not hyper, but he is, I don't know. I can't even describe him. He says whatever, as you saw on tonight. Whatever comes to his mind, he'll say it. But I think he has given me the patience to be able to teach and help other people's children, because I saw how he was treated along the way. Yeah. And so, because I wouldn't want anybody to treat my child, any kind of way, I don't want to treat anybody else's. So I think he has, helped in that area. And LaShawn, you are correct. He is absolutely honest. And he is what I call brutally honest. Mm-hmm. And so some people understand it, some don't. And so I'm telling you, he is something else. He really is. He's a smart boy. And I think that, and I'm going to tell you this last little story, then I'm getting off on tonight, but I pay attention to the things that Gabe says, because he literally blows my mind. Like, I can't explain it, but not the last thing. I think the last one was Lord give my mama inner peace that just blew my mind. But Damari, my grandbaby, got sick and he was having seizures. And so Gabe, when his mom called, I missed the call, and then his daddy called. Devontae was just all upset. And so I called his mom back, and she said that he'd had a seizure because Damari was born premature. And so she was thinking, like the doctors were thinking, I think at first, that the seizures, because he was premature, whatever was happening from when he was born, this caused him to have a seizure. And this was the first time he had a seizure. And so I get on the phone and I called Phyllis, and I was like, Phyllis, pray for Damari, please just pray for him. He's headed to Duke. And so Gabe is in the background and he says, Mommy, this is all because of COVID. And I was like, okay, Gabe. He was like, no, Mommy, I'm serious. This is because of COVID. And I said, okay, Gabe. And so he was like, COVID is still out there. You have to be careful. This is all because of COVID. I'm telling you. And so Phyllis was on, Gabe, shh. So Phyllis is in the background and she's saying, he is serious about this. And I said, yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, he doesn't understand that Damari was born premature and all of this. And so anyway, we go on, we're praying. And Aaliyah sends me a text. I guess it was about 7:00 in the morning. And she says, Damari has COVID. And when I tell you, I was floored. I called her on the phone and I said, Aaliyah, what in the world? She said he has COVID. And the doctor said this is all because of COVID. She said the doctor told her any kind of sickness that happens, like it could trigger a seizure for Damari. And so this was triggered by COVID. And so at that moment, when I tell you, I was so just like, I was floored. And LaShawn, you're right. I just thought this boy, and I mean, it's been so many other things. One of many things that he has said that has literally just blown my mind. I ain't even gonna tell y'all. So when June's daddy died, he had a whole thing about how he died and all of that. Like, it was mind-blowing. And so he just, one day I told him, I said, Gabe, and I wasn't even talking to him. I was talking to June. And I said, I'm just sick of the devil. I'm going to stump that devil. And he says to me from the back seat, Mommy, you don't even know which dimension he's on. And I just thought, really, Gabe? Wait a minute. Really? So I'm like, what in the world? Like, this boy he's something else. So anyway, but same one that just will say whatever he thinks. Whatever he thinks literally comes out of his mouth.
Where do you get that from?
What? Saying what he thinks?
Sean, where do you get that from? Put that in the chat.
LaShawn, don't fool with June tonight. Do not fool with June tonight. So anyway, I know how to
What you know how to do?
I have a filter.
Yeah, you got it.
I have a filter now. Look at LaShawn. Look at May. May do not co-sign.
Tell the truth and shame the devil.
May. Funny.
Oh my goodness.
But anyway, that is it for us on tonight. Look for information coming out about the grief conference.
Yep.
And
mark your calendars.
And also the cheerleading competition is coming up. And so that is one of our biggest fundraisers. And hey, Nikki, we love you so much. Miss Wilson, we love you. And so that's coming up. And if you know any squads that are interested, please reach out to me. And I say, if you have my personal cell or can inbox me or something like that, please do, because Gabe has lost my other phone. So I have got to get another. Okay, I'm sorry. He said he lost it on an accident. It was not his fault. But either way, the phone is misplaced. And so we have to I have to get another one. And so I don't even know how to log in. But anyway, I'll get it and we'll get another phone. And so I may not have gotten messages that people have called because those were on the flyer. And so we love you too, Trincia. Love all of y'all. Thank y'all for watching. This is it for tonight. I could go on and on, but thank y'all so much.
Please don't forget, keep the McKnight and the Richards family in your prayers.
Yes, and Cheeks is Richard's Cheek family.
Yeah, and all those that are suffering loss.
Yep, and have lost.
Yeah.
Continue to keep them in your prayers because it just doesn't stop. It could have been a year ago or 2 years ago. They still need your prayers. We are 12 going into 13 years and literally when it was National Daughter Day and I posted a Bria, I was crying when I posted.
Pray without ceasing. Yes.
Just a thought to just let you know because I absolutely miss her. So anyway, God bless you all. Thank you for watching. Good night. Good night. Bye, Facetious.